Game number 2 in our Terran vs Zerg. Starting to the top right, we have CatZ using the account Root the Gunrun. And to the bottom left of Yonsu, we have Xenocider, who fell victim to a proxy hatch opening in game number 1. CatZ being cheeky as usual, really making that work. And well, now we have game number 2, so if CatZ wins another one, then Xenocider is out. And I think this is actually there is one more qualifier, the wildcard qualifier after this, where everyone can participate, but there you have to battle with the Koreans, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I'm not 100% sure about it, but like, this is definitely the qualifier where you want to qualify, because the last one is going to be absolutely horribly difficult to win. So, something that is not going to be easy at all. But one of those two players will go down, and let's see who that is. We have actually CatZ with an early gas. Very interesting. That is a 14 gas into 14 pool, and I have not seen that in a long time. That was the go-to build in Wings of Liberty. That might be a Baneling build. He can go into a Baneling build with that. Super early gas can get... Basically what happens is when the pool is done, you roughly have enough gas available to go straight into speed. And if you then start mining again, you can just simply go for a Baneling bust. So, might be exactly what we're going to see here. And CatZ is just... I mean, he's always using builds like this, and he's never really sticking it out with a standard, and that what makes him so entertaining. So, let's see how exactly he's going to build with this. What are we going to see here? No attempts right away to do anything else, but go straight into speed, and there you can see that we already have nearly 100, and there is 96 and 100, and bam, speed is started. We have against this a Reaper opening. So he sees the Reapers. The Reapers are not going to have fun in this game, let's just put it that way. Because as soon as that Reaper pops out, we will have Speedlings. Well, not quite, but like basically when they arrive, they get a couple of shots off, and then Speed is about to finish. And Reapers versus Speedlings, they have no chance in that battle. The idea is to get the Reapers there before Speed is completed. The expansion is now being built, old school timing, right after that. Usually is roughly at 20 supply, having hit at 19 right now. But it's gonna be very... the one thing that I'm wondering, or I'm really want to know, is how well is he able to do damage with this? Because he can deny natural. He can deny the natural a little bit with all those links as soon as he has speed. That is gonna work. But the command center is being built on the high ground, so it's not like he can just simply take that out or anything. The links are just having a quick look here. He could even run into the main base. Not anymore. There's an attack left right now. And yeah, Link's going down, but they're just like hoping for speed to kick in, and like, please, a bit faster. And yeah, double Reaper, there we go. Reaper number 1 is gone. Bam. Dies at the cliff. And at the same time, we have that expansion. So, do we have extra gas? Okay, those are basically the major questions right now. Do we have extra gas? No. Just now starting to mine again. Could he go into a Baneling attack? Yes, he definitely could. Could try to bust through there. Could have done that a little bit earlier already. He has 19 or 22 harvesters. And is still droning up. So, Baneling is a little bit unlikely at this point in the game. But with speed this fast, you can deny that base for quite some time. I mean, what is the Terran player going to do? Send a Hellion down the ramp against this? Thank you. There are presents right there. You need just a few army units, you need maybe a couple of Reapers, 2 or 3 Hellions, and you send a few Marines down there, and then there's nothing that can happen to you, so you can finally get your third base. The second base, that is. You can build another bunker at the front. But just in general, this is one of those scenarios where CatZ is just trying to delay that for as long as he can. And apparently also trying to prepare the way for another attack. Roach Warren at 6:30 in the game, with a fast tech into also Lair. This is starting to become interesting. The Roach one makes sense if you want to go for Roaches. Big surprise, I know. But if you have Speedlings this fast, why would you need Roaches this quickly? you don't really. Like, you have the speedlings alone and they already do a lot of damage. If you think your opponent is going mech, then yeah. If you think he's going for a massive amount of Hellions, then also you can do that. But you can also just wall at the front a little bit. Difficult to do on Yonsu, but still. But having that Roach run is maybe just a safety net for him, and it looks more and more like that's going to be the case, since we also have a Spinecrawler at the front and him just still droning up. He also completely abandoned the position that he had at the bottom and left the command center, the orbital command, to take his place there. But what is he going to do in terms of advanced tech? We saw the Spire. I think I saw a Spire. I couldn't have seen a Spire since he wasn't in lair yet, so I'm hallucinating already. That happens when you cast throughout the entire night. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. The Spire is now in, or I just suddenly acquired the ability to see the future. That is also possible, because now there is actually a Spire on the production tab, as well as a Baneling Nest, so maybe I'm just psychic. That could definitely be the case. But me being psychic or not is not really of too much concern here. We have all of the roaches. Yeah, no roaches actually. All of the Zerglings now faced with a couple of Hellions. And roaches is what you would like to have against the Hellions in general. We have in the main base now still one of the Banshees trying to do some damage with the Cloak upgrade here. But the Spore Crawlers are gonna help with the detection. 5 kills on the Banshee on the other hand. So repositioning of the Spore Crawler here at this point. The Natural, a very similar thing currently happening. Killing another few units, and we still have an Overseer following that one simple Banshee. So later we should actually see that being taken out by either Mutalisks or being retreated by Xenocider, because he says like, yeah, I don't want to let my Banshee die. But at the bottom everything is looking pretty good for the Terran player. He has a wall already in the front, needs to make sure that of course the wall is tight once those links approach, but still, it's gonna work out. In the main base we have missile turrets. Just trying to play a safe game. Trying to play a safer game, and, well, at the same time, the Hellions are trying to poke a little bit. If there's an opening somewhere, if you can sneak into the Natural, if you can sneak into the main base, it's awesome. They can do a lot of damage. But even if that's not the case, just catching a few units off guard in the middle of the map is brilliant. And that's also what we're going to see here from those Mutalisks. That's one of those things where Xenocider didn't really pay attention, so suddenly the Hellions are being chased down, and they are chased down fast. Not only by the Mutalisks, but also by the Zerglings, who are even faster. So that is a little bit frustrating for him, I would assume. But on the other hand, the Widow Mines that are here as well, they are also very annoying. And this is where the Overseer comes into play. Trying to take those out. Viking counters Overseer, Overseer counters Widow Mine, Widow Mine countered Mutalisk. And Mutalisk counters, what was the first one? Friend of a friend of a friend that can heal. I think. I think I'm losing a little bit the idea here. So yeah, sorry. Getting a little bit confused already. But yeah, Mutalisks are finally taking out the Banshees here. Well, it looked like that for a second, but the detection is not there anymore. Where is that Overseer? The Overseer went down at the bottom. Okay, that's right. There we have it, once again. So, just looking at the resources lost, 1,200 against 1,100, and looking at the upgrades, the double upgrades for Xenocider already. He's going into mech here with additional factories, and yeah, his opponent realized that already. Builds another Roach Warren. Oh, he cancelled the first Roach Warren. Oh my god, I missed that. I'm sorry. I saw him build it. I thought it finished. I didn't realize that he actually cancelled that that one. So okay. And he has the Infestation Pit. Hive Tech. Maybe even with maybe even in Swarmhost again. That might also be a good idea. But we have now for CatZ 3 bases, with the third mining quite well. That was the third that he took already quite early. A fourth one coming in. 3 bases for Xenocider at this point in time. At the bottom we have the creep spread blocking the fourth. That's all. That's always very important. And right now the Mutalisks are just trying to find some kind of gap here without running straight into a few Widow Mines. And they get the first one. But you never know how many there are. You never know how many of those guys there are. So that might be a bit of an issue. The bigger problem, on the other hand, are those Hellions. Sneaking into the mineral line. Oh, don't stack those drones up. Nice block against the Hellions. But still, this is getting very, very nasty. If those get their shots off, and it looks like, oh my god, they're lining up. They're lining up, and that is 24 harvesters dead right there. Job well done by Xenocider. That is currently 55 harvesters against 66. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Doing quite some damage. But the Hive Tech coming into play 15 minutes into the game. The Mutalisk numbers are at 11. We have still a few roaches in the game, trying to just do damage here, but the problem really being that with a mech army, it's very dangerous to attack into it, since you have this many Thors, and the Thors alone force those Mutalisks back already. The ground army in itself is not really the best composition to deal with any kind of mech, but if you have the Great Aspire coming up, it's a little bit of a different scenario. The Hellions really love this third base, by the way. So many drone kills there already, and the Blue Flame upgrade certainly helps. That is doing so much against those units. Very, very difficult to really withstand this much pressure. You can try to block them off, and the Spinecrawler there is of course already a safety precaution that he took, but really doing anything about it is difficult. And now 32 harvesters are lost, only 2 have been killed. 66 harvesters against 66, so still the same. And just looking at the army now going across the map, we have the potential for Broodlords now with the Copters in the match. But CatZ has the lead in overall supply. CatZ has an overall oh my god! That was the Mutalisk into all dead composition or build because of too many Thors in opponent's army. But Broodlords, that's the problem. Broodlords, Broodlords, Broodlords. And we have 2 additional starports now coming up. So he should be able to build the Broodlords. He should be able to finally get them. The 4th is still blocked, by the way. He didn't even kill that. And it's a bit weird because he has 2 Vikings. The Vikings should have tried to figure out what's happening at the 4th base. But he's taking a supply lead, and that's for the first time in the game. He actually takes the supply lead. Going up here, we have once more the Hellions running in. And you can bet your ass off that these Hellions are going to do exactly as much as the last ones. And that is very little. The best Hellions were the initial ones. They kind of surprised him a little bit, CatZ that is, and did the damage. But by now it's only 36 harvesters killed, and if you commit this many roaches to, it's this many Hellions, sorry, to an attack, then the roaches and the rest of your army are going to take those out, and it's not really going to be a cost-efficient trade for the Terran play. Right now we have the Broodlords coming in on the other hand, and they really need to work on those Thors, and that's what they currently do. So nice timing here by CatZ, and Xenocider looks a little bit flabbergasted here. He's trying to defend against this, but he's really lacking in anti-air. And without the anti-air that he needs, he cannot really throw this back. I mean, there are not a lot of Mutalisks that can really deal with the Vikings, but we still have a few Corruptors in there, and the longer that Thors shoot at the Corruptors, the more time those Broodlords have to really take down the rest of the army. And that's one of the weaknesses that Mech just simply has. Mech is getting donked here, like completely. The base over there is already gone, the additional command center is being attacked, and if you look at the supply, we have Xenocider down at 98 against 164. And that's a game. That's game, and that's a quick 2-0 for CatZ, taking the series against Xenocider, one of the favorites in the tournament. And good job by CatZ, advancing to the next round of the tournament.